Indigenous voices matter. And allowing these voices to be at the forefront allows us as Indigenous people to really have acceptance in society and the realization that we are still here, we still exist, and that our voices do matter, and that the issues that we talk about are still things that we deal with on a daily basis, even though people may think that they no longer happen or that we don't need to talk about it anymore. And I feel like art, it's the most powerful way we could possibly do that. Oftentimes, Native art is considered a commodity, but I think, oftentimes there's the art that's created like this that's not recognized.
The exhibition that you see here is called Sing Our Rivers Red, and it's being held at the Dairy Art Center. And what it really is it's centered around missing and murdered Indigenous people, to include women, girls, two-spirited, and even men. And it's a multifaceted collection of different types of artwork.
And this is the first time that it was shown as one whole unit because it was traveling as two different parts throughout the country.
We were given a box of earrings several months ago from one of our colleagues and friends, Tanea Winder, who started this art exhibition that traveled around starting in 2015. And there were two simultaneous groups of earrings, I suppose, that were traveling, and we were able to collect both of them and then ask the public to even get more. So we have several thousand different earrings that we've brought together for the first time. Many of these earrings are from folks that have been personally touched by the epidemic, and have donated an earring in honor of a loved one, a missing family member, relative. And so we wanted that to be the center of this exhibition, but we've also supplemented it with visual art, paintings from Indigenous folks from around the region. The skirts that you see behind us that were made locally by Indigenous women. The ribbon skirt is kind of a symbol of an Indigenous woman. Who we wear those when we go into ceremony, we wear those when we go to events, things to bring awareness, we wear those to honor. And so I really had this vision of wanting to have these ribbon skirts kind of elevated off the ground and sort of hollowed out as if, somebody was filling those, but they're no longer here. One of the things that I personally love is the note wall that we have up there. Folks that sent in a lot of the earrings also sent in letters, notes, photos of their missing or murdered loved ones. And so that really kind of brings a personal touch to how this really has affected people in a real way.
Art is a visual language that is recognized throughout the world. But I think, for us as Indigenous artists, there's a way for us to do this a little bit more at a deeper level. How do we do this in a very ceremonial way? And really allowing these women who have gone missing and murdered that didn't have the proper transition into the spirit world. And us being able to put this show together has provided a way for them to access the spirit world. With the yarn behind us, it's a very abstract Southwest pattern designs that are traveling throughout the show. And then the string kind of shoots up right up into the ceiling. And that's a representation of a spirit line. That's coming from, my culture as a Navajo person. So when women weave rugs, often men weave rugs too, that the spirit line is an exit point. So whenever they create a woven rug, that their spirit is not trapped within that rug itself, that there's this continuation of the spirit continually traveling in everything else that they do create. So it's, really having that kind of exit point and allowing these spirits, that are in a way present here too, to really have a place to be and feel at peace. With the installation with the skirts, and taking that sand painting down the center below them, it's another way of recognizing the spirit.
And I think that this show has been very healing for the people affected by it. We had, when this exhibition opened, we had a private opening, and we invited our Indigenous community members to it to kind of have that moment of healing, moment of recognition of the problem. And as we were kind of promoting and getting ready for that, a woman reached out to me on social media and said, "Hey, listen, I heard about this show. We donated an earring for my sister several years ago, and I'd love to see if that earring is still there and bring my parents with, because they're still dealing with the heartbreak of the murder and loss of their daughter and their sister. And so they came to the show, they came to the private opening, and they said, we found our daughter's earring, and it was right directly underneath one of the eagle feathers that is above the burlap. And she kind of started to get teary-eyed, and she said, you know, it's really hard all these years to still come to acceptance that she's gone and in the way that she left this world. For me, out of this whole entire exhibition, that moment was really special and meaningful, and I know that this work that we're doing is healing. Learn that this is a problem, this is an existence, not only just in the US, but in Canada, Mexico, worldwide, in Indigenous populations. It's a very big problem. And I get asked the question a lot, like, wow, you know, what can I do to help? Like, I feel so helpless in this. And I think it would just be spreading awareness, talking about it is number one, just letting people know that this is a problem.